Okay, so promoting your Sportivate project is essentially about telling people what you can offer them. You should be targeting people who are new to the sport or to the club, so you need to make the session seem as appealing as possible to them, really. And it's really important to spend time planning your promotion and thinking about who you are targeting and how this sort of target market fits into your overall club environment. Marketing is about showing people how your club can bring value to them personally, and through marketing your club and the sessions, you're telling them why they should come to you. So we'll look to expand a bit further on these areas throughout the presentation. So, I don't know how many of you have heard about the Sport England Club Matters website, but it's a great resource to use not only for marketing advice for your Sportivate projects, but also marketing advice for your clubs and sessions in general. And not only marketing, they're also aiming to give advice to sports clubs on topics such as club management, club finances, and club people. So the marketing section of the website is basically a one-stop shop for all marketing advice. They cover topics such as how to develop a marketing strategy, conducting market research, and also covers topics such as different ways to use both traditional and social media. So we're just going to go over now to the Club Matters website. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. So this is the homepage for the Club Matters website. As you can see, we have, that was a lie, this is not the Club Matters homepage, this is the Club Matters homepage. So as you can see, it's really easy to navigate. You've got the information shown here about the different areas. So today we're just going to have a look at the club marketing area. So if we click to get started. So essentially it's just giving you all the advice you would need. You can have a navigate around the website yourself. We're obviously not going to show you it all today. You can just have look around. There's different areas, so traditional marketing, digital marketing, things about websites, social media, the media in general. So really, it's just a good thing to have a look at before you're sort of planning your Sportivate projects, just to have a look at how you can potentially market them. So as well as the general information, there's also options to have a look at online modules, if it'll load. So if we just have a scroll down, they have an online module called Evaluating Marketing Options. So if we have a click on this, we won't go through the module today, obviously, but feel free to go and have a look in your own time. But on this page, they've also got toolkits. So they've got ideas such as making the most of Facebook. If we have a look at that one, just with some hints and tips about how to use Facebook. And again, that's really relevant to not only your Sportivate sessions, but also for your club in general. If we also have a look at top tips for Twitter, for example, we'll be talking more about social media a bit later on, but this is just something for your reference for the future, to give you an idea. So the website address for Club Matters is sportenglandclubmatters.com. We will post a link in the chat bar to the website at the end, so you can go and have a look after this session. Okay, so you're obviously looking at running Sportivate projects aimed at engaging 11 to 25-year-olds and inactive participants. So this is your kind of baseline target audience, but really you need to narrow this down to a more specific group that you want to engage with. So you need to take into consideration the demographic of the group that you are going to look to engage with and ensure that your marketing reflects the experience that you're going to be delivering for them. So for example, a project targeting 17 to 25-year-old women may want to utilise the This Girl Can campaign, showing women that are sort of like me, not like me, but people that they can relate to, and include imagery, again, that they can relate to, and people that they see as approachable and not too sporty, I guess. So overall, your marketing needs to reflect that those you are targeting are more than likely to be inactive, and these people will need a bit of a push to start participating. So using terms such as sport or get fit may be potentially off-putting to these people, so whereas marketing your projects as more social and fun experiences, and more likely to resonate with these people who are inactive and give them that push to start participating. So I'll hand over to Rebecca now, who's going to talk about our web-to-print service.
Right, so once you've got your target market like in your mindset of the kind of people you want to kind of get involved and engage with, then what you need to look at is like your marketing material. And over the last year, Living Sport have tried to look at ways to help make marketing that little bit easier for sports clubs and organisations by developing an online web-to-print portal. It's free to register, and the portal provides a selection of templates that can be adaptable through colour and imagery and also logos. One of the benefits of this is also that the products are tax-free, so no VAT on any of the products apart from the delivery cost. So the delivery cost for any of the products, no matter what the amount, is £10. But you can, as an option for clubs with not a huge budget, we do have a downloadable option. So you can produce your template, and then for only £10 you can download it. You can then print it elsewhere if you want printed copies, just like on normal paper, or you can email it to members and share across your social media networks. Now, the web-to-print portal has a number of templates for single activities, multi-date activities, postcards, and even trifolds. So whatever you want to put out there, hopefully the template's on there. But if you've got any feedback on any of the templates, then just contact Living Sport and we can look to make any more adaptable ones on there for you. So as Amber was saying about knowing your audience, one of the key things of knowing your audience is then being able to make the marketing material more approachable for them. So you want to make it sure that it appeals to them, making sure the images you use mirrors the people that you're trying to engage with. There's already a selection of images on the web-to-print portal for you to choose from, covering a varied amount of sports, or you can actually upload your own. You just need to make sure you have permission to use the photo that you are uploading, especially if the individuals in your club are under the age of 18, then you need to make sure you have parental permission to use their photos on any material that's going to be going out into the public. Now, images you upload will actually be stored on the image library on your account, so they will be there to be used in the future. Images do have to be the right size for the template though, but to help make it easier for you on the portal, there is actually guidelines regarding photo sizes for each template. Now, Amber's just going to bring up their web-to-print portal and do a bit of a here's one we made earlier.
If I can find it.
Form filling.
Oh yeah. So first of all, I'll just show you the web-to-print portal from the beginning. So this is the home page of the web-to-print portal. Essentially, so if we just have a look. So these are all the posters and templates that are available to external sports clubs. So we've got things such as single activity posters if you just wanted a generic flyer to use every week for your club. If your sessions are always happening on a Saturday morning, you might want to include that on there. We've also got multi-activity posters which can detail different sessions at different times. A multi-date again, which again is for lots of sessions on different dates. Potentially the most important for this one is the Sportivate specific poster. So if we have a click on here, this wouldn't normally come up, I promise. So basically you can choose a single date or a multi-date. So say we want a single date, actually no, we'll put in a multi-date. So if your project is running for 6 weeks, you can include all 6 of those weeks on there. You can then go on to choose the poster colour, and so we've got the options of black, blue, green, orange, purple, red. We'll go blue this time to link in with the Sportivate colours, but again you can choose that if your club, for example, your club's colour is orange, you could have, I'll just show you, you can have an orange poster or red, etc. Then you can include your activity name. So, for example, if we wanted to say, give archery a go. Yep. So this will then come up on there. Any activity information you want to include, you can write in this box. Again, you can put in the email address of the deliverer or the coach. So if anybody wants more information, they can contact them. And again, that person's name. You've got the opportunity to put in the location of the activity and then the photo. So there's the option to either select from the image library, which you can choose. You can choose the sport. So for example, this is an archery poster, so this will come up with all of the photos on the image library which you're able to use relating to archery. So you can pick the ones that are most relevant to your sport. So if we have a look at this one, Then that brings it up onto the flyer. Again, you can upload, so if you had a photo on your documents that you wanted to upload, you could again upload that. So moving down, again, you just put the date and the time of each of the sessions, include all of those, and there is also an opportunity to include your website, your Twitter, your Facebook account if you have one, and then to again upload your own logo. So if you upload this for the first time, this will actually be saved into your library. So for example, I've got the National Trust because these archery sessions are running at the National Trust. And I uploaded that once and it's now saved in my image library. So if we go up, the National Trust logo is included here. So obviously I've not filled all the information in, but I've got a copy of one that I sort of made earlier here. So this is what the overall Sportivate poster would look like if you downloaded it for the £10 option, so if you chose to make your poster and download it for £10. So you can see the photo that we used. We've also put a bit of information on the left-hand side. There is space for much more information, filling the whole gap. So we've put all of the dates for the sessions on the right-hand side, the location of it here, who to contact for more information, and again we've included the logo, the website, and the Facebook and the Twitter account for the National Trust. So essentially it's all customizable up to however much you want. And it's really easy to use, I guess. So yeah, we'll just talk you through the potential prices of the products.
Yeah. Up in the top corner, we have click here to view our pricing. And if you just click on that for me, Amber, and you can see there, you've got the different templates: A5 posters, A4, A3, and then in the middle you just have select quantity. So again, it's just a drop down. Minimum is 100 for the A5 posters, and right at the bottom it will say total cost £17 and delivery is guaranteed within 48 hours. The reason delivery is £12 because that's the delivery cost plus VAT, but 9 times out of 10 delivery will actually be within 24 hours depending on the timing of when you make that order. But again, because they're tax-free, you are actually saving money on a good quality product, as well as saving design time on trying to come up with your own kind of non-clip art poster. We're trying to kind of get away from that. So professional template for a low cost, but then that's why we have the download option, so you still have a cost-effective way of getting your own marketing material.
I think when you go onto A4 posters, say for example you wanted that a bit bigger to put up around your town or in local areas, you can select 50, which is £10.50, so the price goes down a bit because of the less quantity. And yeah, again, you can pay the £12. I think just one thing to mention is that the company who provide these is based in the county, so you can go and collect the orders for free from March. Yes. If you're anywhere near March. Just something to mention.
Yes.
And again, there's the prices for the other options here. I mean, we only showed you the Sportivate one, but actually for your club in general, rather than just for Sportivate, you might be interested in the postcards, for example, which are really good sort of one-off informational kind of things to hand out.
Yeah, they're good for like at events and stuff where you just want to be like giving people something they can put in their pockets, just to showcase a few details about your club and where they can find you.
So this isn't a very good example really because
there's no
we've got no information on there. But if you ever want any samples of any of the products, we can send over copies of fully filled in ones to an email address. That's absolutely fine. So it's just something to bear in mind, just to make your sort of Sportivate sessions a bit more professional looking, I guess, and to help market your sessions a bit better. So we'll resume our presentation now, wherever we were. Okay. So
yeah, so as you've seen on the web to print, I know we kind of went through that quite quickly, but you know we don't want to fill up your entire lunch break. But what you would notice on there is that they do have our logo on there, and on the Sportivate templates have the Sportivate logo as well. Now, those logos are embedded; they can't be removed because the portal is a living sport product, And so having our logo on there represents our brand, it represents our products that we hope clubs will be using for their marketing. And the Sportivate logo is also embedded on all the Sportivate templates, and that's due to their branding as well, because it helps raise awareness of the Sportivate brand and that programme, and it also helps people recognise it as a funding programme from Sport England. There's also the option, though, to add your logo, as Amber showed you, and that helps reinforce your brand. So it's really important to make sure that all these brands are represented in an equal way, so then people can associate some level of trust with them, because that's what having a brand is about. It's about building that trust with people. They see it, they recognise it, and they know it's a safe place to go.
Yeah, and also, just whilst we're talking about branding, it's also essential that, heaven forbid, you wanted to make your own flyers and not use our web to print service, that all sort of flyers and communication that goes out there to do with your Sportivate project has both the Living Sport and Sport England Sportivate logo on those. And if you want copies of those, just drop me an email or drop Rebecca an email, and we'll be able to send over the official logos to you. Okay, so you've got your posters. Oh, no, we haven't.
No, we haven't. There we go. There we go. There we go. We've got our posters. But the next thing is where to put them. So as we've already covered, before designing your marketing material, you would have already thought about your audience, about who you are trying to engage with. But the next step is to think about where your audience is. So if you are targeting young people, where do they hang out? Or where do their parents hang out? Because obviously if they're in the 11 to 16 age bracket, then you probably want to be thinking about targeting their parents who are going to pick it up and think, oh, that would be good for my son Joe to go and do. So as you can see on the slide, we've just picked out a selection of options there. So youth clubs, leisure centres and sports grounds, community centres, children's centres, women's institutes, school notice boards, news agents, sports shops and retailers, online groups, local magazines and newsletters, and local radio and press. They're all completely valid options, and most of those options are free as well. It's quite a lot of places are quite happy to put up local activities in their windows. So, you know, and if you don't ask, you don't get, is my phrase. But one thing I'd like everyone to just be aware of is that BBC Radio Cambridgeshire are always looking to help promote local clubs and projects, and radio is a great way to engage with a wide audience, and it's free, which is always a good thing in marketing. But the person to contact from the BBC is a Sam Edwards, and we can give you his email address later through the chat room. But he is absolutely fantastic at trying to promote sport in the county, and he's very keen on even going off to sessions to come in, interview people who are taking part. So it's a great way to free publicity and build up a rapport with a local radio station in case you ever need to contact them about any further events in the future. Press will also tend to pick up activities taking place locally, so always email your local newspaper with details of your activities. They are more likely to cover it when it's halfway through the activity. So if you are doing like 6 or 8 week sessions, but someone started like maybe second or third week, that might be the time, and numbers are a bit low, that might be the time to get the press involved, to come in, take a few photos of your sessions, talk to them about the people that have come along, get them to meet someone who's taken part and get their thoughts and feelings on it, because the press are looking for the people element of the press release. So it would really help if you get a quote from someone and just saying that sessions are still available and who to contact, because that's the key thing, is making sure that you're giving someone a place to go to find out further information. And one of those places is social media. Now, we've kind of avoided going on about websites, because websites can be a bit of a minefield, but quite a lot of sports clubs these days are veering more towards the Facebook option, because it's a free tool to use, whereas with websites you tend to have to pay for hosting costs and so forth, and worry about really complicated terms like search engine optimization and stuff. So we don't need to worry about that today. But basically, it's just important that you give people a place to go for further information, whether that be through social media or your website. But regular posting on websites and on social media is the key, as it shows that your club is active and it cares about sharing information with its current and future members. Surveys have shown that imagery has greater engagement, But again, like I've already mentioned, make sure you have relevant permissions to use the photos, because it's very easy at a session to take some photos of people taking part in an activity and quickly uploading that to social media, but that person might not have wanted their photo up there in the first place. So always make sure you get their permissions. YouTube is a great to upload visual demonstrations or footage of your sessions. So if people see other people doing activity, they realise they could probably do it too. An example of a YouTube video that's gone completely viral is the This Girl Can national campaign. Their YouTube video has so far received over 68,000 views, because not only is it a national campaign, but it uses women, like everyday women. It's not sporty women, they're not super fit or super athletic. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but it's a good mixture, and that's the kind of thing people kind of engage more with. But going back to Facebook, it is still one of the most popular forms, social media platforms, as it's great for engagement with users. Most clubs will have a Facebook page instead of a website, because like I mentioned, it's free to use, and you can still have all the information about your club easily accessible. However, to make a Facebook page work for you and to build followers or entice new members, you need to ensure there is regular contact that people can engage with. So, and by engage, I mean content they can like, comment or share, so that it appears on their timelines, which then appears on their friends' timelines, and it could turn into future inquiries about joining the club. And then you do have Twitter, which is still a really good communication tool, but mainly with existing members. It's not so much one for engaging for new people, but if you tag other people's names to increase the amount of people who see your tweets, then that could actually result in new inquiries as well. Now, social media is easier than you think, but it can be a bit of a minefield as people worry about using it correctly. However, the Club Manager tool, which I touched on, lots of useful for media. Make sure you go on, you write just that information, go and post it, more confident. So with Twitter, for example, if you wish to tweet on the screen, an example, new hashtag sessions, September, welcome, visit www.archery.co for more info, hashtag archery. Now, the search word that people use to Twitter, if someone is interested in finding out what tweets to be made regarding archery, then they would enter in the search box hashtag archery, and it would bring up all the tweets that have had that hashtag in. So again, it can help you reach more people and create greater engagement.
Yeah, so creating a project or session-specific hashtag for your Sportivate project can make the young people feel a bit like they're part of something. So something like hashtag Voyager does archery. If all of the people that are attending those sessions are using that, they're all chatting about it afterwards. It just generally creates a more enjoyable and social experience for the young people participating both on and off the sporting field. So again, without overlapping too much from our Youth Insight webinars that ran yesterday and are running again this evening, a key finding from Sport England's Youth Insight is the importance of technology in the lives of young people today. So young people don't separate online and offline activities, and sporting activities need to reflect this. Most sports clubs do have a Twitter or Facebook account that they use to keep in contact with members, and you need to utilise this as much as possible when running sessions for young people. So they respond much more effectively to a Facebook post telling them when and where to attend a session than they might do to more traditional methods. But ideally, using a combination of social media and more traditional methods such as flyers and posters is the best way to cover all bases and to engage as many people as possible. So using young people's use of social media is also a great way to promote sessions further, and again, creating a session hashtag they can tell to their friends and get people from their school or social circles to engage with is a great way, yeah, of doing it. So that's about the end of our webinar. I think we're pretty much on time. We're just wondering if we've got any questions that anybody might want to ask from us or to us about anything that we chatted about web to print,